Hello everybody. Oh yes, I have been gone a long time. I have a lot of stuff to share with you today. This is going to be kind of a long video. Right now you are seeing the Christmas quilt that I forgot to upload. This is the finished quilt right here. I also made 3 pillowcases. Actually 2 sets of 3 pillowcases, and here is the finished quilt. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the quilting on this. Maybe I'll just jump down right here, just like that, and you can see its little stockings and stars and swirls. Now this is the quilt that I did the split binding on. So here's the back. So when you do the split binding, so I've got the back matched, and then you got the front matched. So that is that. This has been in my bed since before Christmas. I had meant to upload a video, but it has been a crazy time since the last time I was on YouTube here. Now I am ready to change out my bedding and put on a quilt that I forgot to show you guys. I did the pieced border, if you remember, and I'm going to just lay this real quick here, but I'm going to show you it on the bed. So, if you remember, one of my last videos was this pieced border and how to get it to fit exactly right. So I'm going to put this on my bed. I'm going to show you what it's going to look like, because it is daylight savings time this weekend. Today is March 10th. So it's time to put the spring quilt on. I've got this all done. I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the spring quilt that I made, and it fits in my bed pretty good. This would probably actually fit on a queen size bed, but I backed up probably as far as I can go in my bedroom, but I wanted to show you the borders. And I'm going to go ahead and move up the camera, and I'll show you the quilting that was done. So you can kind of see the tulip in the middle. It's got tulips with leaves, little swirls, and I'm going to show you the back. I'm going to flip this up, show you the back. This, hopefully you can see some of the quilting a little bit better. I'll try and zoom in a little bit more here. And I did a split binding again on this because I had the purple on this side, and I wanted, she always gives me a little bit of material after quilting, and that's always enough for me to make some binding. And I did not make pillowcases, but I have these. Let me zoom back out again here. So I had these blue flower pillowcases, which has kind of got some of the colors. Let me zoom in a little bit. Got some of the colors in there. It's a little bit of an off-white in the background, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So this is my spring quilt, and I did not get to show you this before it went to the quilter. This was a free pattern, and this was a lot of fun. It went together really fast. Once you have the material cut, this thing went together really fast. I kept coming back here to see how big to make it. And of course we've got the pieced border. You can see. And actually the quilter's daughter happened to be over when she had it on the quilt machine, and she loved the pattern so much she asked me for it, so I sent it to her. Alright, let's move on to something else I've been working on. So I raised up my table, and I also cleaned underneath my table and figured out what was all underneath there. It's still kind of a work in progress here, but I cleaned it off, got rid of some stuff. I'm going to show you something from a previous video. It's a little bit of an update, but I wanted to show you something. This is really important, you guys. So, does this look familiar? I want you to notice how full it is. Now, the video that I made on my change canned ones was September of 2019. I just was back looking at that video, and I thought, you know what, I better make an update because people are probably wondering what has been going on with my apartment. It took, my lock was not changed until I believe it was May of 2020. I had been requesting my locks be changed for a very long time. And it took a friend of mine who's a big burly guy to confront my maintenance man and bring up that this person coming into my apartment is crazy. And is he going to be responsible if something happens? And that was all it took. And actually it took a little bit more than that, because I had to actually call a locksmith because he did not show up on the day he was supposed to show up. So I called a locksmith, and they said they would have to get permission from management. So I gave him the maintenance man's number, and lo and behold, that little dickhead finally showed up and put my lock in. Now what he did is he put it in really crappy. You could actually see into my apartment. He didn't center it on the hole of the door, so you could come up and look into my apartment. I could look through and see out into the hallway. So my nice burly friend took the poor guy an hour to work with this piece of junk lock that he put on, which is probably a $5 lock is what he put in. It was just terrible. So anyways, here's my change can today. And if you guys remember, it was only up to like here. About right there. And it had been staying there for like 2 years. Normally I take this thing every year into the bank, and it's usually well over $100. But now you got to remember, 2020 was really a bad year. We were all locked up. In Minnesota it was, you know, really brutal because nothing was open, nothing to do. So despite that, look how full this thing is. Again, this is March 10th. So, you know, you're looking at almost a year, and it's filling up like it should. Now, I also put a warning sticker on my door that my apartment is under 24-hour video surveillance, which it is. And I think that has kept the creeper out also. So anyways, I wanted to update you guys and let you know this is my proof that somebody has been in my apartment. Like I said, I never take change out. All my metal detecting change for the year goes in here. There was no reason for this thing not to be filling up for 2 years unless somebody's coming in and taking change out. So this is good news. I feel a little better that nobody's coming in my apartment. Okay, let's move on to another project that I worked on since I have been missing in action. So I tried my hand at crocheting some slippers, and I'm not a big crocheter, but this was really kind of fun. But the feet are huge. My feet aren't that big. These are for like somebody about a size 10 or 11. But they have an attached cuff, as you can see. I had to redo the foot part like 3 times because I'm like, this isn't turning out. Like I said, I'm not a big crocheter, but these were kind of fun. So, I mean, they did turn out. Worked on those. That was my first time crocheting slippers, but they are ginormous, big time. And I just, I gotta find somebody with big feet. You can have them. So, anyways, I worked on that. If you noticed, hopefully I'll have it as the thumbnail, a picture of actually it was a puzzle that I did that was done back in the early parts of the pandemic in 2020. 1,000-piece puzzle, black cat sitting on a bookcase. That was a lot of fun to do. And that's where my cutting mats come in handy, because that's what I would cover the puzzle. I did it on my dining room table. And so I could just cover everything with a big cutting mat, and the cats wouldn't be knocking the pieces all over the place. Okay, next item. Okay, this is a project that I am currently working on. It is the front pattern on Quilter's World. And this, I've never done one of these before. This is a string quilt where you have to have a foundation and then you sew strips of fabric on it. And look at this. Great way to use up really, really ugly material. So I used up some really ugly material, but you want, thin material too. So I've got a stack of just blues here, and then a stack of half white and half blue. And if you look at the pattern, so this pile, this is going to be really fun to put together, is the outside part of the star. Let me go to it here real quick. Okay, here's the photo. So, trying to look at the camera here. If you look, the outside portion of the star right here, that's what this pile is right here. That's what this pile is. These interior ones with these here, I'm going to be doing a different color. I'm thinking purple. I'm also going to be doing, which I hope will work, it depends on once I lay it out on my design wall, on the very edge, because if you see there's no border, let me make sure you guys see that, there's no border on this quilt. And I'd like to do a blue and white kind of a border using the same technique, and then maybe having a solid, maybe a strip of white and then a solid blue or purple on the outside. I think it's going to look pretty cool. So that's another thing I am working on. And right now I'm ready to start doing the stars. I've got everything I need for these. These do take a long time. But you know what? I had a lot of blue fabric, so this was great for me to get rid of some of this blue fabric. I just got so much. I still have just a ton sitting on my rack over here. Alright, let's see what's next. Gotta think for a minute. Alright, I am gonna go grab something else here. So, this is all the rage, right? The little Dash mini waffle maker, right? I actually won this. I didn't buy it, I won it. We play a game at Christmas time, the dice game, and this was one of the gifts. And I am going to be making a coconut flower. They call them chaffles. So I'm going to be making a coconut flower one. I'm going to do that on a separate video because this one's getting long already. And I know you guys don't have that much patience. So that is coming up. On another note, let me just walk over here and grab something real quick. If you guys remember, this was one of the last things I was working on, is this. It's the Ode to the 30s. Big. Lot of blocks. I do have that finished, minus the border. I had to put it away. I've got the whole inside put together. It's hanging up, but I have to add a border. And I haven't decided which color to do yet, but I did finish that. I actually got a lot of stuff done. Being locked up forever and a day. That's about all that I have. It is raining here. I still have nothing on my wall here. I do have a quilt to hang there, and I just haven't done it yet. I'm kind of a putz sometimes, but anyways, I just wanted to give you guys an update. Yes, I'm still alive. Yes, I am still here. Look forward to a chaffle video. I'm kind of excited to use it, so that's just right for me. I mean, I was so excited when I opened that. It's just me, and I got rid of my bigger waffle maker a long time ago, so I was very excited to see that. And I'm excited to try a coconut flower recipe. Oh, I just saw something else. This is the next thing I'm going to be working on. Oops, I'm sorry. I just saw something else. Let me pull it up here, because I don't know if I've ever shown you guys this. This thing is ready to be quilted. I just found it. It's amazing how much stuff I have. Looks like my spray basting ain't holding much either. Definitely needs an iron. So I have this table topper that will be great on my table if I ever finish it. It is pretty much ready to start being quilted. I just was kind of thinking what I wanted to quilt on it, but I found it in a bag underneath this table. It's obviously been folded up for a very long time. Let's see if I can zoom in just a little bit so you can see there's little teacups. See, there's little teacups. And I am not an embroidery person. There's a little embroidered handle. I hate embroidery. I'm not good at it. I don't like it. I have one I've been working on for like 35 years. It's somewhere in the apartment here. So what I was thinking is I have a bunch of different colored thread. I was thinking about doing little swirls of like steam coming up, and then drawing a coffee pot or teapot in the middle, and then just quilting around that just for a simple design, and just maybe some meandering. That was kind of my thoughts for the quilting. Maybe I'll make a video when I'm quilting it. So that is what I have been working on, you guys. I am so sorry that I have just not, I just haven't felt like uploading anything. So, but thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking there with me. And we'll see you soon for a little coconut waffle. We'll see how that turns out for me. Thanks for watching.